The 1990 movie House Party is a well-remembered teen comedy that highlights African-American youth culture in an exciting and fun way. Even to this day it sits at a nice 93% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes and is well remembered by fans. Sure, there is a reboot produced by LeBron James coming out soon, but I figured I'd highlight some fun facts about the production of the 1990 comedy classic. So here are 10 things about House Party you may not know. Number 10. Writer and director Reginald Hudlin was a student at Harvard in 1983 and directed his thesis project, a 20-minute short film called House Party, which had generally the same plot of the 1990 feature-length movie. Hudlin won a $1,500 first prize with the short film from Black Independent Video and Filmmakers Awards sponsored by the Black American Cinema Society. House Party has become such an important movie that not only is it one of the first commercially successful African-American teen comedy films, but in 2022 it was also selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Number 9. New Line Cinema had originally offered the lead roles to the Fresh Prince, Will Smith, and DJ Jazzy Jeff. New Line Cinema had successfully sued the hip-hop duo over their song, A Nightmare on My Street, which sampled Freddy Krueger's voice as well as music from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise without permission. Smith and Jazzy Jeff could either pay a settlement or be in 2 New Line Cinema movies, and their salaries would go toward the amount of money they owed. The first script the studio offered the duo was House Party, but they passed on it and the lead roles eventually went to Christopher Kid Reed and Christopher Play Martin, another hip-hop duo collectively known as Kid and Play. Number 8. Christopher Kid Reed and Christopher Play Martin actually met while in high school as teenagers in their hometown of New York City, coincidentally at a real-life house party. Play has recalled in past interviews that he had heard Kid's voice from across a room rapping at the party. Originally, Kid was in a rap crew called the Turnout Brothers and was known as the Kid Cool Out. At the same time, Play was in a different rap crew called the Super Lovers and was known as Playboy. Eventually, most of their friends in their separate crews quit music and they shortened their names and formed the duo Kid and Play, going on to great success. Number 7. After The Fresh Prince, Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff turned down the film, New Line Cinema executives had a meeting in New York City with Kid and Play, who were the new frontrunners for the lead roles. After the meeting, Kid and Play walked outside with one of the executives who witnessed them getting mobbed by a bunch of their fans. New Line Cinema knew right then that Kid and Play were popular enough to star in House Party. Number 6. All the dance sequences at the party were performed with no music. The music was actually added later in post-production. During the most famous dance scene in the movie, Kid and Play do their iconic kick-step dance routine, which was also known as the Funky Charleston. Play has said in past interviews that the duo had to come up with the dance routine for live performances at clubs, because promoters didn't want to pay for backup dancers at shows. Number 5. Stab, Pee-wee and Zilla, the bullies who terrorized Kid throughout the movie, were played by Paul Anthony, Bow-Legged Lou, and B-Fine from the real-life rap crew, Full Force. They were previously known mostly as producers and writers in the music industry at the time, but after appearing in House Party they became much more popular. Full Force's song, Ain't My Type of Hype, wasn't on the House Party soundtrack, but it's the song that plays during the famous dance-off scene, cementing its place in pop culture history. Number 4. Writer and director Reginald Hudlin and his older brother, Warrington Hudlin, have a cameo playing the 2 burglars running past Kid, who is being chased by the bullies played by Full Force. Warrington Hudlin also served as a producer on the film. In fact, the movie starts with the opening credit reading, The Hudlin Brothers Present. Number 3. The character Shireen was played by actress A.J. Johnson. She had been a fly girl and dance choreographer on the popular sketch comedy TV show, In Living Color. In a past interview she said that Keenen Ivory Wayans wouldn't let her do the show and the movie at the same time, so she actually suggested fellow dancer Jennifer Lopez as her replacement. Johnson actually choreographed her and Tisha Campbell's dance routine during the famous dance-off scene with Kid and Play. In later years, she has been a choreographer and a fitness and wellness coach for many people, including actress Lindsay Lohan. Number 2. Tisha Campbell and Martin Lawrence met while appearing in the film. They also both appeared in the 1991 sequel, House Party 2. Just a couple years later, they both co-starred as a couple in the hit Fox TV sitcom, Martin. But later, while the TV series was still on, Campbell sued Lawrence for sexual harassment in 1997, which most likely helped lead to the cancellation of the successful show. In recent years, though, Campbell and Lawrence have hinted in interviews that they are on good terms and have a much better relationship. Number 1. Kid's father was played by comedian Robin Harris. He died suddenly of a heart attack at 36 years old, only 9 days after House Party was released. Harris was actually only 11 years older than Kid, who was about 25 years old during the filming of the film. The 1992 animated movie, BB's Kids, based on a signature stand-up bit that Harris did about his girlfriend's kids, was in pre-production when he died. So although the main character is drawn to look like him, his character is voiced by Faizon Love, an actor who later became best known for playing gangster drug dealer Big Worm in the iconic 1995 movie, Friday. The late Robin Harris is spoken of very highly by his fellow comedians to this very day. Well, that was 10 things about House Party you may not know. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to the Dave Likes Movies channel right here. By subscribing, you will be able to find my reviews and other movie-related content.